Good morning, students. Now we'll start with role of transportation in national development. Here, how the transportation helps in development of the nation. So the first point is transportation is a non-separable part of any society. It exhibits a very close relation to the style of life, the range, the location of activities, and the goods and services which will be available for the consumptions. Means the how we know that it is again relating to our industries. The how the industries are growing, that again it is linked connected to this development of this nation. Correct. Second one is advances in transportation has made possible changes in the way of living and the way in which societies are organized, and therefore have a great influence in the development of civilization. And third is transportation is responsible for the development of civilizations from very old times by meeting travel requirement of people and the transport requirement of goods. Such movement has changed the way of people live and travel. So this point means as the transportation system increases, there is a moment of if the person is working at a 100 kilometer distance, 200 kilometers, at a 500 kilometer distance, the movement can be easy now. So if it is can be through airway, it can be reached around 1 hour. And any business meetings you can take. So earlier they need to schedule it, and they need more time to go and reach and conduct a meeting, but nowadays it is very short of time. So for the moment through air or any other modes, so it is again helpful in the development of the nation. And in developed and developing nations, a large fraction of people travel daily for work and shopping and social reasons, but transport also consumes a lot of resources like time, fuel, material, and the land. Again, for these things we need to consume different resources, that is fuel, materials, and land. Again this again relating to the development of the nation. Now, economic role of transportation. Economic involves the production, distribution, and the consumption of goods and services. People depend upon the natural resources to satisfy the needs of life, but due to non-uniform surface of earth, due to difference in local resources, there is a lot of difference in standard of living in different societies. And second one is, so there is an immense requirement of transport of resources from one particular society to the other. Transport extends the range of sources of supply of goods to be consumed in an area, making it possible for user to get resource at cheap price and high quality. Here it is, with the help of this transportation system, we can get the raw materials also and the products at a cheaper and a good quality. It is relating to the transport system. Okay, again the use of more efficient system of supply results in increase in the total amount of goods available for the consumption. Since the supply of goods is no longer dependent on the type of mode, items can be supplied by some alternative resources if usual source cannot supply what it is needed. Social role of transportation. Transportation has always played an important role in influencing the formation of urban societies. Although other facilities like availability of food and water played a major role, the contribution of transportation can be seen clearly from the formation, size, pattern, and the development of the societies, especially in urban centers. For the social role, it is playing an important role in influencing urban societies. As the transportation system increases, there will be development in human living things. Again, that in turn development in the urban societies. Okay, that is social role of transportation. Formation of settlements. From the beginning of civilization, the man is living in a settlements which existed near the banks of major rivers. major river junctions, a port, or an intersection of the trade routes. Cities like Newark, Mumbai, and Moscow are the good examples. Here it is. Our Mumbai city, why it is developments, because it is at a coastal region, isn't it? It is very helpful for the import and export purpose to the various countries. So through the water medium. So that is the reason the formation of settlement is depends upon the depends upon the transportation. Correct. Again, if I give an example of Belgaum also, the Belgaum is developing only because it is connected to the NH4 highway. So because of all those things, the formation of settlements is depends upon the transportation system. Size and pattern of settlements. The initial settlements were relatively small developments, but with due courses of time, they grew up population and developed into a big cities and major trade centers. The size of settlement is not only limited by the size of area by which settlement can be obtained, food and other necessaries, but also by consideration of personal travel, especially the journey to and from the work. The increased speed of transport and reduction in the cost of transport has resulted in various spatial patterns. Next, the growth of urban centers. When the cities grow beyond normal walking distance, then transportation technology play a role in the formation of city. For example, many cities in plains developed as a circular city with radial routes, whereas cities besides the river developed linearly. The development of automobiles and other factors like increase in personal income and construction of paved road network, the settlements were transformed into urban centers of intense travel activity. Administration of an area. The government of an area must be able to send or get information to about its people. It may include laws to be followed, security and other needful information need to be generated awareness. An efficient administration of a country largely depends upon how effectively government could communicate this information to all the country. However, with the advent of communication, its importance is slightly reduced. Now, there are various different modes of transportation are there. So, we'll study one by one here. There are three basic modes of transports are there. One is by land, by water and by air. Again, land has given developed of road and rail transport. Again, the land mode is split into what? Road and railway transport. And water and air have developed waterways and airways respectively. So let us start with roadways. The transportation by road is the only mode which could give maximum service to one and all. The road or highways not only include the modern highway system but also the city streets, feeder roads, village roads, catering for the wide range of road vehicles and the pedestrians. You have seen that because of this roadway is very cheaper and it is very convenient. You can give the door-to-door service here in the roadways. Because of that only that urbanization and all those things are developed because of majorly the roadways. So here now earlier there were less number of vehicles, okay, isn't it? Now each and nowadays you can take then a survey. Each and every person is having his own vehicle, isn't it? So that is depend how that is again it is connected to the transportation system, because the more connecting roads are there, and because it is very convenient for movement from one place to another place. So this is the reason why the roadway system has been developed broadly. This mode has also maximum flexibility for travel with reference to route direction and the time and the speed of travel. Because of this improvement in the road system, it is very flexible to travel for travel with reference to the route and also the direction and the speed. It is possible to provide door-to-door service by the road transport. The road transport is the only one that transport can provide service door to door. Other modes are not, they are again dependent on the road transport for the door to door services. Ultimately, road network is therefore needed not only to serve as a feeder system for other modes of transportation and also to supplement them, but also to provide independent facility for road travel by well planned network of roads. Advantages of this road system is it is very flexible. It offers complete freedom to the road users, and it requires a relatively smaller investment and a cheaper in construction with respect to the other modes. It serves the whole community alike the other modes. For short distance travel, it saves the time. For a short distance of the travel, it saves the time. They are used by various types of vehicles. Means the road system has been used by very different types of vehicles. Disadvantages: speed is related to the accidents, and more accidents are resulted to the higher speed. If the speed is more, that may be the cause for the accidents. Not suitable for long distance travel. So it is bit very what bit problem or bit what you call uncomfortable when you are using for a long distance travel. Power consumption per ton is more. It consumes more power by while comparing to the per ton. Okay, so it is requires more power per ton. Next is railways. The transportation along the railway track could be advantageous by railways between the stations both for passengers and the goods, particularly for a longer distance. Railway transportation is such that between any 2 points it is going to be travel. So let us take it is from Pune and Bangalore, or Mumbai and Bangalore. It travels between these 2 points. Okay, and the journey is very comfortable, and it is quite healthy journey you are going to face in that. And energy requirement to haul unit load through unit distance by the railway is only the fraction of required by the road. Hence, full advantage of this mode of transportation should be taken for the transportation of bulk goods along the land where the railway facilities are available. Here, this railway system is used mainly for the bulk transportation. Either that is, here it takes a lot more of the people's passengers in the travel system, and also it will take bulk good services. Our good service has been majorly transported through the railway system itself, and it is quite safe. You can take an example. Whatever the Gujarat is it is a completely industrial area. So they each have their moreover their industry productions are going to be taken place. Now whatever our civil engineers, they required various different items for the constructions. These all items will be available in the Gujarat. So these systems where these whatever the products are needed are being transported through the railway system. Okay, the railway system is very helpful in bulk good transportation. The advantages of this railway system is it can transport heavy loads of goods at higher speed, and power required per ton is less compared to the roadways. Chances of accidents are less as it is a single lane. There is no other vehicles will be other trains are there, so there is chances of accidents are less. Disadvantage of this railway system is Disadvantages of this railway system is entry and exit points are fixed, and requires controlling system, no freedom of the movement. Establishment and maintenance cost is higher. This requires more for the establishment. It requires more higher cost, and also for the maintenance also a higher it is. Again in railway system, it for door to door service, again it depends upon the road systems. Next is waterways. Transportation by water is the slowest among the four modes. This mode needs minimum energy to haul load through unit distance. The transportation by water is possible between the ports, on the sea roads, or along the routes. The waterways is having the slowest among the four different modes of transportation here. Okay. The advantages of these waterways, especially the waterways were especially we using for the import and export, correct, to the different various countries. Advantages is it is cheapest. Cost per ton is very lowest here. And possesses high load carrying capacity. It possesses high load carrying capacity and leads to the development of the industries. The disadvantages are slow in operation and consumes more time. Depends on weather condition. If the condition, whether it again depends on weather condition, sea tides, isn't it? If sea tides are heavier, again it will be very difficult to travel, and it is very slow, so again it consumes the timing. Chances of attack by the other countries on the naval ships are more. Yes, isn't it? There is no that much safety is there through the air medium or water medium. There will be chances of attack by the other countries will be there. Ocean tides affect the loading and unloading operations. During loading and unloading, this ocean tides affects this operation. Okay, the route is circuitous. Next comes the airways. The transportation by air is the fastest among the four modes. Air also provide more comfort apart from saving in transportation time for the passengers and the goods between the airports. As we know that it is only one of the fastest mode which we are using to travel from one country to different countries, so and also within the country also. So that is to travel from Belgaum to Mumbai, it will take 1 to 1.5 hour. Similarly to the Bangalore, it is also 1 to 1.5 hour. But if the same case with the road transport system, it will take around 6 to 7 hours. Okay, so it is again time reduction in the time. Fastest service. So because of the fastest service, again it is connected to the development of the industries and development of the nation. Advantages of this air system is it has highest speed, intercontinental travel is possible, and journey is continuous over land and water. Disadvantage is highest operation cost. The operation cost is very high, that is cost per ton is very more, and load carrying capacity is lowest, and also again it is depends upon the weather condition. It is landing and moving, so there may be difficulties during the landing if the weather condition is not proper. Recently we have seen in Kerala there will be an accident due to this weather condition, slippery. Okay, during landing the plane got slipped, and because of that again there will be losses. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of this airways.